Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Today we are in the Myers Rainforest Conservation Project. Now, this is the last zoo that I have to run this like because I'm hoping when I record for all of the others, the recordings will actually get caught. Again, I don't care if you think it's underpriced. I'm busy. So, this zoo is I'm pretty lukewarm on it. When I very first did it, I hated it. I did not like the way the layout was. I'm fine with different height maps and stuff like that, but there's something about this one that I'm not the biggest fan of, but luckily this one, at least for me, doesn't take too long to do anymore. So I tried something a little bit different this time around. Usually there's buildings down here that you start with and you can kind of remodel them in the center to be your staff facility. There's other basically just destroyed buildings around the area, and your best bet is to go through before you start and delete all of those because you'll get extra money. And as you're doing it, remove the toxic waste barrels. And that's a pretty easy one to get. This time around, let me go ahead and pause for 1 second. I demolished everything on the map to get money. And then this bottom area, usually there's some water here and it's lower. I removed the water. This is one of the scenarios where you actually get to use all the sculpting. So I raised this lower area and then used the flattened terrain and opened it up. That way people didn't have to walk down as far to reach this first area. It's one of the biggest problems I have with this map is it's a lot of walking for people, and I know that's why they want you to put this gondola up, but I never use transportation rights when I make zoos, so that's kind of just there for me. But anyways, you're given right off the bat 2 okapi, and this is where I put them. When I first did this, after raising this, I brought the path down. I made this kind of little plaza area with basic necessities, a drink, food, bathroom, and an information center. I built this little warehouse looking area for all the different staff buildings and had it attached to the okapi habitat here. Put both of them in there. And you're also given 2 snow leopards, but I actually didn't place them second. I placed this aardvark second. Basically just because I thought, well, the snow leopard's going to draw in a lot of people right off the bat, and I know that I'm going to need a set amount of habitat species, which is 8. So I just went ahead and got them in there to start that. And then I brought the pathing a little further in. I didn't really decorate or fill in gaps like I usually do with this one because I wanted to just get done with this. But here's the snow leopards, and they've had babies already. They had 2. Using the terrain tools, I just pushed a cave area back into here for their hard shelter, and it's basically attached to the okapi. They're kind of sharing a wall here just to keep everything close by because, again, I don't like to make people walk super far. And by the time I'd put the aardvark in, before I even got these guys in, I'd already gotten the 350 guests, so that took care of the bronze really quick. And this one is have at least 600, and that happened after I put in, let me find it, this right here. No, not this one. Where is it? Gosh, it's right here. It's just looping around from the snow leopard, and I used this back area to put in a habitat with multiple species in it. So it has the African buffalo and ostrich, and I believe, yeah, it's got warthogs in it. So that took care of 3. At that point, I had 6 habitat species because these 3 can share this space and get enrichment from it. So that's a really good idea, is to get the habitat species number up fast, find animals that can share one habitat together. Then you're not having to like build a million habitats in this awkward space. And that got me my 600 once I laid down these guys, and then the build a suspended gondola. I hate all basically all transport rides in this, and I'm not good at it because I never do it. So I just kind of awkwardly plopped it right here, and then put another drop off clear down at the bottom. So if people wanted to go from the top all the way to the other side really quick, they could. And also the way it's laid out, they can see animals from basically the entire way around. And I didn't build anything else on it. I just laid it down and let it run because I don't really care about it. And then the last thing I had to do for the silver here was get to the 8 habitat species. And what I did with that was I got um, the tapir. I have 2 of them. I have a male and a female. And I also just grabbed a bongo and stuck it in there with it. Now these guys aren't, the tapir's from South America and then the bongo's from Africa, I believe, but they both can use jungle vegetation. You just have to find the ones that they share, and they don't get enrichment from being together, but they're perfectly fine being in here together. So that takes care of the 8 habitat species real quick. And that should pretty much get you your silver because all these extra animals is going to get you the 600 guess. The earn a yearly profit of 15,000. I hit that pretty quick. As long as you're putting down your donation boxes and all of your education, you're going to get money pretty quick. I put a secondary eating place right up here because people were starting to get a little annoyed that this was busy all the time, so they have to walk a little farther, but if they take the gondola down, they can get to these food, this one pretty easily. So I didn't build on any of these because I don't really think you even need to in this zoo. So that, with all the donation bins down and your food shops place, that's pretty easy to get. You got to get a zoo inspection report of a 3. Again, that's pretty easy to do as long as your animals have enrichment, as long as you're doing some kind of research on them to get them toys and food enrichment. That'll come pretty easily. Just make sure they're having a good habitat. And then you're going to be given Lin Lin, the giant panda, and this is the last thing that I had to do. And her sad little habitat with nothing in it. You really just have to put her down. She doesn't have to be at a certain happiness or anything. Like mine is 65% right now. And I don't even know if anybody even comes up here, but the second you put her down, that's it. And then it'll be like, okay, you're done. So this one's not really that difficult, and I know my explanation for it was, just kind of quick and simple, but I don't spend a lot of time in this zoo because it's not my favorite. And I think that's funny because everyone I speak to says this one's their favorite because they like that it's from scratch, but I don't know. I never want to stay in this one long, so that's pretty much it. If you have any questions about it or anything like that, let me know, but I'm kind of just ready to get on with the next one, so I will see you in, I'm not sure which one it is, but I'll see you in the next one, and it will be fixed, and hopefully all my recordings will get picked up and I'll not have to deal with that anymore. So have a good one. Bye bye.